Nicole Ben Simon here. Just had a few minutes to hop on and share something with you. So we have two voices inside of our head. We have the monkey mind that's always thinking, telling us, warning us, challenging us, often giving us advice that's quite direct and showing us scenarios of things that could be quite frightening. And that is the voice of our ego. And that is the part of us that we have built from a very young age to protect us and keep us in survival mode. And that voice is a very loud voice. It's very direct. It can be quite abrupt. It could be make you feel as though you've done something wrong. Oh, why am I doing this? You know, they're not going to like me. I shouldn't share my truth. Or, you know, why is she ringing me? What does she want? She just wants to use me for something that I can give her. You know, that is the voice of the ego. It's that survival mentality. It's that separation. It's the voice that separates you from others. And it's quite the loud voice as well. The other voice is quite different because the other voice is more quiet. It's more silent and it's more of a whisper and it's more gentle. And when that loud ego voice isn't around, that's the voice that comes through. So that's the voice that will tell you that's okay, or it'll tell you you are worthy, even though that person just said something really horrible to you. That's their, you know, that's their journey, that's their story. But you are worthy, and what they just said is not true. You know your worth. It's the voice that's more quiet. And so we happen to respond to our louder inner voice more than we do to the softer one. And it's actually the softer one, the more gentle one, the more loving one is the one that is our soul speaking to us. So it's quite interesting that the louder voice that almost tricks us into thinking false belief systems and keeps us in fear and fight and flight is actually the voice that keeps feeding that false sense of self that we are not. We are not that self that is running away and that is protecting ourselves and that doesn't trust other people. And we all know what that voice is because it's the voice that disempowers us. So sometimes a lot of people tell me that they find it really hard to distinguish between the two personalities that live inside of us. The one that frightens us and disempowers us, which is the louder one, as opposed to the softer one that reminds us that we are perfect just the way we are, and that we don't need to do much to be perfect because we already are. And all of the love that we need comes from ourselves, from our inner being. So the dogs just all find their way to me. So sometimes when you're making a decision or wanting to find an answer regarding decision to make or anything else that you're questioning, the best way to really listen to find the voice that is the authentic self is to put your hands on your heart and to close your eyes and to ask the question and feel the answer, because we're moving from making decisions from our mind to making decisions from our heart. So when you're connecting with your heart, you are asking it to speak your truth. You are asking it to offer you your voice, your inner voice. And when you ask a question, you can make it a yes or no question. So for example, should I connect with this person? And you will feel how yes feels in your body, and you will feel how no feels in your body. And this is like a muscle that you practice. It's like going to the gym. It's a muscle that you practice, and over time, when you start to connect with your body, with your heart, you will start to understand the language that it's speaking to you in. So it's a great way to start to connect with your inner being, with your divine intelligence that really does know all your answers, and to know the difference between the ego voice that keeps you in fight and flight and the true inner intelligence, which is all-knowing, knows who you are, knows what you're here to do, knows what's good for you and what you need, what experiences you need to have in order to learn and grow in this human life. So try and see if that works for you, because once you can distinguish the difference between the two voices, then you can start to follow your inner intelligence more and acknowledge that your ego will always have a voice, will always have an opinion, but you don't have to follow the ego's point of view. So you have that choice. But once you know the differences, you know what your inner knowing is, and you know what the chatter is. So give that a go, because that works for me all the time. And I just tap into myself and I feel what feels right for me, and I live my life based on that. And it really does help you to really understand yourself in a more deep and meaningful way. So I hope that helps you, and have a great day.